Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Thursday. We got 12 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Still a pretty busy slate today, starting with the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Cincinnati Reds. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 230. The Reds plus 190 with the over-under at 10. Dodgers coming into this matchup 35-27. The Reds 29-33. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 3.25. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 6.64. Kershaw, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Ashcraft, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 10 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Ashcraft has given up 20 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. That is absolutely insane. Dodgers on a 4-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against the Reds here. Reds have looked good this series, but with Ashcraft on the mound, I just can't back the Reds here. He's coming off a 10-run game. I just cannot trust him on the mound. Kershaw hasn't been amazing. He's been okay, but I think Dodgers get it done today, and I'm rolling with the Dodgers on the road. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Washington Nationals. Arizona opening up as road favorites at minus 160. Washington plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Arizona coming into this matchup 37-25. Washington 25-36. Pitching for Arizona is Merrill Kelly with an ERA of 3.06. Pitching for Washington is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 3.09. Kelly, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Gray, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Arizona on a 2-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10 right now. Back-to-back wins against Washington. Washington struggling a bit here. Arizona 4-1 on the road against the Nationals. Kelly's been good on the mound here for Arizona, and I like the way the Diamondbacks have been playing, and I'm gonna roll with Arizona on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Orioles opening up as road favorites at minus 115. Brewers minus 105 with the over-under at 9. Baltimore coming into this matchup 37-24. The Brewers 34-28. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 4.12. Pitching for the Brewers is Colin Rea with an ERA of 4.94. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rea, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Baltimore on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a 10-2 loss against the Brewers yesterday. Brewers on a 2-game winning streak. They've looked good in this series so far. Baltimore just 0-7 on the road against Milwaukee. 1-9 straight up against the Brewers. They've really struggled against the Brewers here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup, and I think I'm going to take the Brewers plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Minnesota plus 130 with the over-under at 7.5. Twins coming into this matchup 31-31. The Rays 45-19. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 2.33. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 3.72. Ober, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Glasnow, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 4-game losing streak. Tampa back-to-back wins. They're on a 5-game winning streak, winning 2-1 against Minnesota yesterday. And 6-1 at home. I mean, they're playing great baseball right now. Glasnow looked pretty decent in his 2 starts so far this season. We're coming off a 0-run game here. Yeah, I'm just rolling with the Rays. I mean, they've looked good this series. On a win streak, they're playing great. Rolling with Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Colorado Rockies. Giants opening up as road favorites at -170. Colorado +145 with the over-under at 11.5. Giants coming into this matchup 31-30. The Rockies 26-37. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 2.71. Pitching for the Rockies is Chase Anderson with an ERA of 1.69. Cobb, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Giants coming off back-to-back wins against Colorado, winning 5-4 yesterday. Colorado on a little losing streak. And the Giants, they're 10-0 against Colorado right now. 7-0 on the road against the Rockies here, where they've been pretty dominant head-to-head. Yeah, I mean, they've just been so good against the Rockies here, and I'm going to roll with the Giants on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -150. The White Sox +130 with the over-under at 8. White Sox coming into this matchup 27-35. The Yankees 36-26. Pitching for the White Sox is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.55. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 5.28. Last start for Lynn. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Severino, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Both pitchers coming off 2 bad starts on the mound. White Sox on a 4-game winning streak. They beat the Yankees 2 days ago in that first game. We are in a doubleheader. This is a doubleheader, so this is game 1 here. Yeah, just looking at game 1 here, I think I'm going to roll with the Yankees at home. I think they'll be able to get it done here. I'm rolling with Yankees in game 1. And then in game 2, we got the White Sox versus the Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -140. The White Sox +120 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the White Sox is Mike Clevinger with an ERA of 4.13. Pitching for the Yankees is Randy Vasquez with an ERA of 3.86. Clevinger, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Vasquez, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, look, I hate doubleheaders. I really do hate, and I really have never bet them ever. I don't think I've ever bet on a doubleheader. I just don't see any interest in doubleheaders. They're very tough. Coming off a back-to-back, I mean, you really don't know how they're going to play in the next game or the first game, especially in game 2. So I'm just going to roll with the home team in both matchups, and we're going to roll with the Yankees in this one. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -250. Detroit +210 with the over-under at 7.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 26-33. The Phillies 29-32. Pitching for the Tigers is Tyler Holton with an ERA of 2.32. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 4.33. Holton looks like he's making his first start here for Detroit. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Detroit on a 5-game losing streak. Back-to-back losses against the Phillies. Phillies, yeah, they've looked pretty good here, and they've looked good in this series. And Detroit 0-5 against the Phillies. 2-4 on the road against the Phillies here. Yeah, I like the Phillies in this matchup, and yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Phillies at home here. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Houston opening up as road favorites at -120. Toronto +100 with the over/under at 8. Houston coming into this matchup 36-26. The Blue Jays 35-28. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.16. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 3.66. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 run in his last 3 starts. He's been very good. Barrios, he's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Both pitchers pitching very well right now. Houston coming off back-to-back losses against Toronto here. Toronto playing well. With both pitchers pitching very well here, I think I'm going to take a shot with Toronto +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -130. Boston +120 with the over/under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 31-31. The Guardians 28-33. Pitching for the Red Sox is Matt Dermody with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Guardians is Aaron Savale with an ERA of 2.04. Looks like Dermody making his first start of the season here. Savale, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Boston losing to Cleveland yesterday 5-2. And yeah, we're just going to see how Boston plays with a new pitcher on the mound. Savale's been good on the mound. He's only given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts here. And I think I'm going to lean with the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -175. The Mets +150 with the over/under at 8.5. Mets coming into this matchup 30-32. The Braves 37-24. Pitching for the Mets is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 4.25. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 2.97. Verlander, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Strider, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Mets, I mean, they've on a 5-game losing streak. They've looked pretty rough. Had a lead last game and then blew it away against the Braves. Braves on a 4-game winning streak. Mets 0-6 on the road against the Braves here. I love Spencer Strider on the mound, and I'm going to roll with the Braves at home. In the last matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -130. Chicago +115 with the over/under at 9. Cubs coming into this matchup 26-35. The Angels 33-30. Pitching for the Cubs is Drew Smyly with an ERA of 3.56. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 5.15. Smyly, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Detmers, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Cubs on a 3-game losing streak right now, back-to-back losses against the Angels. Angels on a 3-game winning streak. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up around 2 to 4 runs a game here. Angels have looked better in this series, and I think I'm going to roll with the Angels at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Thursday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Friday. Have a good one.